26. The story of Maple Summit City within the land called the Changers Church Valley Reservation. By the name you can tell what is done here. Yep, we collect maple syrup and boil it down. There are so many trees here that we can get a lot of syrup here. So we can put a lot of people here to work almost year-round. We also have apple trees and there is a lot to do just to keep the farms in shape. The population of Maple Summit City has 100 residents. Has 120 homes, stores, factories, hotel, dinner and bank, horse stable with fix-it shop. The Changers Church main office, church, council, court, jail, church school, county school and city hall, general store, laundromat, barber's shop, hairdresser, small hospital, dentist, movie theater, gospel, country music, dance hall. When the town gets bigger, there are more businesses added. I got here just after breakfast time and went to my office in the church. When I come in, the person behind the counter said, "How can I help you?" I said, "Well, it has been a while since I have been here, but my picture is on the wall behind you." The person stood up and looked around and then said, "What can I get for you?" I said, "I will be in my office and if I need something I will call." The person said okay and sat down. I went to my office and there was some phone calls and notes from the courthouse. There are 6 boys in the jail all awaiting a hearing. I made some phone calls and went to City Hall. I went up to the front desk and the person said, "How can I help you?" "I would like to have all the court records in my office when you can." Then the person said, "Who are you?" I said, "I am the one on the picture in back of you." The person turned around and looked at me and then the picture. Then said, "We will get them right away," and made a call. I left and went to my office. It was not long when the records show up and then I looked through them. When I come to the last record, I seem to know that name. Then I pulled the paper I still had in my pocket and sure enough it was the same kid. I said to myself, "No way, this cannot be the same kid." So I read his first and it said he beat up 5 kids that were picking on him and some other kids that he knows. So he put a stop to it and took on all 5 of them. I said, "Wow, it seems not like the other kid, but we will see." I read the rest of them and they pretty much said the same thing, that this kid beat them all up at once. I said, "At the time I did not find out that he could really fight, but we will see." I got up and went out into the courtroom and everyone stood up and then sat down when I did. I called the kid up that won the fight. Sure enough, it was the same kid. I looked at him and he looked at me. I said to him, "Explain to me what happened." The kids looked at me and said, "Was you the same one that was in the other town?" I said I was, and I go to every town here. For right now I am the only judge for this whole area. Then said that he and his dad had moved here about a month ago and these 5 would not leave anyone alone, and finally I had enough and took on all 5. I took kickboxing in the other school and took the class here, and they were even in the class. And for some reason they did not like me and wanted to take me on, and I would not fight them. They had just started and was in the class about 2 weeks, and they thought that they know everything there was to learn then, so they thought that they can take me on. That is when all 5 of them cornered me outside and I did not have much choice to fight or get really hurt. So I guess they did not realize that I way more training they did, for it did not take long when all of them was laying on the ground and I just walked off. They run to the cops and told them they got beat up by me and they did not do anything. So the cops arrested all of us for fighting. I said, "You can sit down now." I heard from the rest of them and they pretty much said the same thing, but they said they did not do anything to him and he just come out of nowhere. I said to the first kid, "Do you have anyone else here that will come up and tell me what happened in school?" There was 5 other kids there and said, "We can tell you what the 5 kids did to us." They all come up and one by one they told their story. I said, "Okay, now to the 5 boys, do you have anyone here that you would like to have heard They said they did not. Okay, now every one of you knows the rules on no fighting. Then I looked at the first kid and said, you know the rules, but you also know that if you did not start the fight you would not get charged. The boy just shook his head. So your case is dismissed, you may go now, or what in the back. The kid went down back and sat down to see what the other kids will get. I told the kids the 3 things they can do, and they said they would go for the training programs in Tonediddle. I said, let the judgment be as they said. I left there and got some supper and went to my room. Now it is time to go to the next town, and I will see you there.